What up, though? It's your boy Nesto coming with the best flow. Might not see me around that much because I'm always getting dough, chasing mo. You dig? Yalla. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that might be my new intro for landing on Mars. But what up to everybody out there? We are officially halfway past we've been past the halfway mark when it comes to 2024. This year was the first year I celebrated Father's Day without my dad. RIP to my father. And this is the second year that I was able to celebrate Father's Day thanks to my beautiful daughter. And it's crazy, man, because I sit back and I have TikTok. TikTok is one thing that kind of entertains me. That's the kind of platform, I guess, when it comes to social media that I look at. It's the algorithm is very quick and it's just very rapid. So with that being said, that's a particular social media site that I watch. And it's crazy, man, because on TikTok, I've seen couples glorify being homeless and trying to justify it and saying like, I'm not gonna be locked down. I'm not gonna, like they're trying to go against the system, which is something I understand, which is something that is like, I get it. But at the end of the day, I don't think homeless is a flex. I don't think homeless is very healthy. I don't think homeless is the way to go. Like, real talk. And that's just coming from someone that was almost at that point of saying, okay, I'm going to be homeless. And I could not be able to do that. I would not be able to do that. Before, when I was really down bad, I couldn't do it. And being in the position that I'm in now, I can definitely not do it. Like, it's one of those things, like, you can't go backwards. You got to continue to go forward with it. You know what I mean? And all of this is going to make sense. It's coming to that. And I've also seen people quit their job and literally become content creators and say, donate to me because I need to pay my rent. I need to pay this. I feel like we live in an era where trying is kind of out the door. And people kind of want to just say, hey, well, I'm having a hard life. Donate to me. And when I was younger, when I was doing everything that I was doing as far as me being stupid, I could never see myself, and I couldn't see myself saying, okay, you know what, I'm going to give up. So to be at the point where I'm at now, I don't have that. Like, and when I say what I say, man, I don't say this to kind of down anybody, but I've seen people post things like, oh, well, sober for 7 years and this, like, stuff like that. And to me is like, I will never put that pressure on my daughter. Like, so what? Damn, like, I feel like an asshole for saying what I'm saying, but the way I look at it is, I don't have the time. I am not in the right mind state. I'm not in that position to say I'm going to fuck up. Like, I can't go fucking get DWIs and say, you know what, I'm going to do better. I'm about to be 40. So my daughter, she's going to be 2 in February. So you know what? I did a lot of the fucking up. I did a lot of the missing up when I was younger. So my daughter doesn't have to go through that, like the partying and fucking, like I said, just the fucking up. I was never really big on alcohol. I did more drugs than anything. But you know what? I went through that, and I when people said that I needed rehab, and I did, I was that bad to where on the outside looking in, if you saw me, you would be like, yo, this person needs some help. And you know what? Maybe I did. Or maybe I just needed to find a way out, and I did find a way out. And my way out was leaving San Antonio and kind of eliminating myself from those scenarios. And I've done really well keeping myself away from that. So the way what I'm saying is like I'm not at that age and I'm not at that point in life where I could sit there and fuck up and have my and then come 7 years later, 10 years later, and explain to my daughter, oh, I was on drugs, I was on this, I was on that. Having my daughters made me better. Having my daughter is what makes me get up at 1 o'clock in the morning so I could be at work at 2 o'clock in the morning, working from 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock in the morning, to get to another job at 7:30 in the morning, to be getting out at 4 p.m. That's my motherfucking routine. And no matter what, everything going up, no matter what gas prices going up, no matter what fucking food, no matter what everything going up, I don't sit there and say like, oh man, this sucks. Like, yes, it does suck, but that's the obvious. I don't sit back and state the obvious. I'm a person that I just get to it. I just get to the grind. I'm grinding. I'm juggling 3 jobs right now. And I'm not saying juggling one like where I'm doing this one more than the other one. No, my full-time never overlaps to my part-time, and my part-time never overlaps to my full-time. I never do that. I always have a real good balance on what I'm doing. And just the way I don't let my work overlap to my home life. Like, as much as I do, I'm going to enjoy my days. I'm going to enjoy the times that I just want to be here and enjoying life with my daughter. So, like, I see this stuff and I see that it's accomplishments and whatever, but like, even with addiction, like, I don't feel like it. I feel like you're lame if you need to being a druggie or whatever, being an addict. It's a selfish move. It's selfish. Ultimately, you're thinking about yourself and you're thinking about how the world is fucking you over, and it's a selfish move. But when you find something, when you find those people that love you and those people that give you that, that's when you got to sit back and tell yourself, like, and yes, it might take some time for others. It might happen right away for others. But ultimately, like I say that because this is coming from a place of experience. This is coming from a place of being there and understanding, like, I didn't need no fucking rehab. I didn't need to go to jail all these times to realize and say, oh, I don't want to go back. Like, fuck no. Even before my daughter was born, I kept myself away. If I'm not supposed to be somewhere, I am not going to be there. I don't need to be around to be like, oh, I'm in the crowd. Like, I said, even when back in the day, I can't even say back in the day I was like that, because for the most part, being alone is fine with me. I'm good with my own company. And ultimately, I don't have to gravitate. And what I mean by that is, like, I'm not in situations that I'm not, like, if I'm not, like I said, if I'm not supposed to be there, I'm not there. Somebody can't get me into a situation because I'm not going to be somewhere for someone to get me in that situation. Whether if it's me playing the role of like just playing it safe and saying, you know what, I'm going to stay away, then hey, I'd rather be safe than sorry, man, because ultimately you could be driving and you could get killed. Like, and I don't say that. I don't say that to laugh at those situations. I say that because that's where we are at in this particular time, where you looking at somebody the wrong way could get you shot. And you just walking, minding your own business, not even paying attention to what's going on over here. But this over here could come into this realm and get, you know what I mean? Someone, like, innocent bystanders can get shot. And anybody can get it right now. And pause. But I never, like I said, like, maybe I'm rambling and I'm back, man. Landing on Mars, I'm back, baby. You dig? Took me a while to get all my shit set up, but you know what? I'm back. I was just kind of reaping and just taking in me and my wife and my daughter, us having our own place and us really just embracing that. But so yeah, I am rambling, but ultimately, like I said, this doesn't take away from, like, even when I sit back and think, like, okay, when can I think like that? Like, When can I sit back and think like I'm tired? When can like, and I've been fucking tired lately. I've been so tired, so tired. But I wake up every morning and I go get it. I wake up every morning. I don't complain. I wake up every morning and I'm, I'm if, I'm if. When people say what I'm doing, I say I'm if. And if right now for me, that just means that I'm focused. I'm focused on what I'm doing for myself, for my daughter, for my wife. Like, I don't want, and yeah, I might spoil my daughter, but I don't think it's necessarily spoiling. It's ultimately that thing where it's like I'm giving my daughter everything I didn't have and making her feel special the way I didn't feel special. I cannot remember times with my parents, me being when I was young. Like, I don't remember that. Like, I was talking to my brother the other day, and me and him, we're talking about having parties, us grown ass men having parties at Peter Piper Pizza because we never had that. Like, I remember my mom cooking dinner as I got older for my birthday, but I don't remember having having them throw me a party. I remember going to my cousin Johnny. Shout out to my cousin Johnny. Glad you home, baby. Glad you home, homie. I remember going to his house because my aunt, RIP to my aunt Lupe, RIP to her. But I remember back in the day, she would always put a party together for him, and his birthday would always land on Friday the 13th. So it was always like Jason, Freddy Krueger. It was always those type of parties for him. And that's the stuff I remember. I don't remember myself having a party. Like, when I got with my wife, I think the first party that they had for me, she knows, and my in-laws, like my mother-in-law, they all know that I'm into like Marvel. Like, grown ass man into Marvel. But you know what? Deadpool and Wolverine coming out July 26th. I'm going to watch it the 25th, I believe. So, I'm always there a day early. But yes, they know that I love this. So they had one of my first parties that I had was, it was a surprise party, and it was like a Marvel theme. And that shit, like, I didn't tell my wife, but that like brought tears to my eyes because like I've always felt that I always felt that I was the problem. I always felt that I was the one that pushed everybody away from me. I always felt that. So I never want my daughter to feel that. So everything that I do is the opposite of how I was treated. So if that means me spoiling my daughter and loving her and hugging her and telling her I love her and telling her I'll be back in a little bit, she does not know time yet. She doesn't know time. She doesn't know money. She doesn't know any of the materialistic stuff. All she knows is mommy, daddy, nana, tío, tía. That's what she knows. She knows the genuine love. And I never understood that. And so now that I have, like, now me having my daughter, it really brightens that up for me because if she's doing something, she doesn't know it's wrong until we sit there and tell her, like, no, don't hit your cousin, or don't take this, don't take something hot, don't take the curling iron, don't take the makeup, don't take my shoes, you know what I mean? Like, she doesn't know it's wrong until we tell her. And I want to be the best guide that I could possibly be. I know I'm not the best person in the world. But I also know I'm a respectable person. I also know I'm a responsible person. I also know that I'm a loving person. And I also know that I'm going to be there through the ups and through the downs, through the goods, through the bads. I don't turn my back. I'm always worried about everybody else, and it's very rare, like I said before, I'm worried about myself. But ultimately, I have to worry about myself. So I've been taking care of myself. I've been, setting up appointments, making sure that my health wise, I'm good. Me being a father at a later age, yeah, I went through the goods, the bads. You know, I had those late nights, I had those early mornings, and like I said, I'm at the age now where I could enjoy it, but doing everything I did to lead up to my life, I didn't treat my body the best way. So I'm kind of making up time for that. And just even in general, just fucking eating is not good for you. Unless you're eating lettuce and fucking like everything's fruit, you know what I mean? Like there's 10 places, 10 restaurants around here. Not even one of them is healthy for you. You know what I mean? So we are set up to fail. We are set up to not succeed as the way we want to. So ultimately, with that, I've come to understand that everything that I'm doing is working against me. Like, I just want to be here. I know one day I'm going to go. I know one day I'm not going to be here, but I want to be here as long as I possibly can. And I want to show my daughter as much as I possibly can. I know the money's going to go. The money that's going to come, that's going to go. The time that I spend with her, that's what's going to last. And like I said, the things that I didn't remember as a kid, if she could remember that, then I feel like I'm winning. Cuz like I said, I never want my daughter to feel like she's the problem. I never want my daughter to feel like, oh, daddy has to go to work because of me. Like, I'm going to cheer camp. I'm going to be in volleyball. Like, now daddy has to work more. Like, this is things that I'm doing already. And like I always tell my wife, like, we got to go through the rain to get to the sunshine. If I got to hustle now so we could enjoy life later, I want to do that. And I'm going to do that. And like I say, even though as much as I do for my daughter, I also do as much for my wife, because I want my wife to feel special. I want my wife to be happy. Like, I didn't really see that. I come from a broken home. Like, she comes from a family that is still together and a very strong family, and I think that's why I gravitated towards her and towards being around the family. Like, me being the first year of me being in the family, I had a Marvel theme party. And like I said, little things like that go a very long way for a person like me that doesn't really come from much. And like I've said it before on episodes before this, but at the end of the day, man, I'm not a person that can give up. I'm not a person that can just say, you know what, I'm gonna throw in the towel. Even 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 when I want to, knowing I have vacation days, I'm like, nah, man, I gotta stay grinding. I gotta hustle. How much did I make today versus how much did I spend today? When I do whatever I do with my wife, I let her splurge, let her do her thing, but then I tell her, you know what, love, we gotta chill. And when we gotta chill, she knows we gotta chill. We got vacations coming up, we got things we want to do, and ultimately, like I say, man, just me wanting to be here and have as many years that I can with my daughter. Like, if I would have had a kid, and when I think about that, if I would have had a kid, I sit there and say that, but you know what? This was God's time. And God knew what he was doing when my daughter was born, when I met my wife. Everything was leading up to this road. And like I said, our roads led to Ashley, which is my wife. Because without her, I wouldn't, if me and my wife would have never got married, we would not have my daughter. That was one thing. Me and my wife first started talking, she told me that she did not want to have kids until after she was married. I respected it, and with that, I respect everything my wife does, her accomplishments, and I'm always gonna be here for my wife. I want to be here for her as well. I want us to enjoy the places we want to go. I want us to enjoy the things that we want to do, because at the end of the day, you only get one life. The time that you have here, you can't take it for granted. And like, I always sit back and think that I'm fucking up, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but a lot of people are successful in their older ages, and you ultimately really start living when you get older. And I'm really just trying to do that. I'm really trying to be what I didn't have in my life. I'm trying to do everything I possibly can for my daughter, for my wife. I want to give them love. I want to give them happiness. I want to be happy. I want people around me to be happy. I don't want motherfuckers to be wasting time on stupid shit. Don't waste time on stupid shit, because the more you're wasting that time on the stupid stuff, you're not focusing on the not stupid stuff that you could be doing. And I'm a person that I keep to myself, even at work, my job of employment. I don't go around. I've been in the business that I'm in for a very long time, that I know that friends come and go. There's people that I was really cool with that I don't talk to now. There's people that I was right hand people to, you know what I mean, right there by their side, that I don't even speak to no more. So I know how the business runs when it comes to having business in having friends in the business I'm in. Just because I don't talk to you, just because I don't kiss your ass, that doesn't mean I don't respect you as far as work wise. You know what I mean? At work is like, what's up? Out of that, I don't really have nothing to tell you, not in a bad way, but I've learned to be secure for myself. And I've came a very long way. And like I said, a lot of everything that I've been through and everything I went through reflects on what I'm doing now. Me being a good father, me being the best husband I could be, being the best employee I could be. I know that money's not gonna fall from the sky. I know money's not just gonna show up somewhere. I know the only way money's gonna work is by me putting these hours in, and me putting these hustles in, and me really trying to figure out and really going the right direction that I should be going. And it's for myself, it's for my family, just the way you should be doing it for you and your family. Landing on Mars is my realm. Landing on Mars is my comfort zone. Landing on Mars is Nesto. Landing on Mars is me. Landing on Mars is the real face you see when I'm not at work, when I'm not doing the stuff that I don't want to do. This is who I am. And even though I'm doing things that I don't want to do, it's something that I respect, and it's something I still love because it's still paying me. And like I said, it's not about who wants to wake up and go to work. Who? Tell me. But I don't complain and I don't bitch about it. I just do it and I get it done. If, baby, if I'm focused. If. And if you can't be if, don't come around me, don't come around my family, don't come around us, man. But we live in life, we hear, and that's just coming. Like, I see this stuff, man. I see this stuff on TikTok, and TikTokers need to understand that y'all not in no celebrity status, man. Like, respect. If you could make it off, if you could be successful off of that, cool. Like that Bryce kid, he and his dad, they are bigger than TikTok. But ain't nobody like him, ain't nobody like them, that father and dad, that father and son duo, ain't nobody like them doing it outside of that. That's the only one that I could really name that took it from the app to Hollywood and further. But these TikTokers think that they're bigger than what they are. Pause. And to me, I look at it like it is what it is, man. But this is the things I watch, and that's what I'm saying. Seeing somebody homeless, seeing people that arguing with their wives and putting this on TikTok, begging people for money, like I see, I guess, financial people interviewing people that can't make money, and they're like, oh, like, what are y'all doing? Like, why the people are in everybody's business, man. And this is why I do what I do, man. Like, I got my beautiful wife, I got my beautiful daughter, and they're not gonna have the things that they need if I'm not doing the things I need to do. And I just think it's as simple as that. Like, I'm gonna do everything that I gotta do for my daughter and my family that was not done for me. And like I said, back in the day, however things happen and however I was raised, it is what it is, And for the most part, we here, and I have the opportunity. I got my mouth, pause. I got my 2 hands, my 2 feet that allow me to wake up every day and go get it. And I'm gonna continue to do that. And I really appreciate everybody. Landing on Mars. I'm back, man, and I'm gonna take it slow. I got this episode. I got some other things I want to release. I got some things that I'm putting together, and for the most part, staying on the grind, making sure that I do everything I need to do for myself and for the people around me. And landing on Mars, y'all be careful. Y'all stay up. It's your boy Nesto. Always got that best flow. Might not see me around because I'm always getting dough, chasing mo. You dig? Yalla.